Welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to basically talk about the Bible that I'm using. I mentioned that I read a chapter or two a night as part of my evening routine. So basically how I ended up with this version of the Bible, it is the Message version of the Bible, is because when I started this walk, I wanted to find something that was easy to read and something that was easy to comprehend, something that was more like everyday language that we use now. So that's when I'm trying to think. I think I looked online like for a version of that, or maybe I heard someone or saw someone online that had mentioned this version of the Bible. So I went to look into it and it sounded like it was everything that I was looking for at the time. So like I said, it's basically everyday language that is used. And yeah, I couldn't do the King James version. I couldn't. If I wanted to stick with this the way I intended to, like by reading every day, like I knew that I was not going to be able to accomplish that with the King James version. So that sounds funny, but I just knew that I was not going to be able to do it with that version. And I didn't really know too much about the other versions. The church that I follow on YouTube, when they post like scriptures that they're discussing for that sermon, they usually post like a version of it, and the way it's written, I'm like, oh, okay, I like that version, I like that, another version. So I will look into those as well. So for this, I have been reading, I want to say about maybe 2 years. I did step away for a minute, but I came back to reading this. And like I mentioned before, I pair it with a journal, and right now I'm just reading for comprehension, and then I recap it in my journal. And what I noticed with this book is like some things are pretty obvious to apply to real life, while other scriptures are a little bit more difficult in figuring out how to apply them to your real life. I do like this Bible, I will say that. However, sometimes when I'm reading this Bible and I'm reading like a scripture that we may have all heard before, and if I'm reading it, the scripture doesn't hit or it doesn't feel the same way as when I'm hearing it or seeing it in another version. So one thing that I didn't even realize that I had read already was because it's one of those scriptures that you recognize because you've heard it in so many different ways, or in different instances, that I didn't even recognize that I read it. And it was, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. And it's from Psalms. It's from Psalms 23, and I'm in Psalms 80 something, and I didn't even know that I had read that already. So I went and I found it, and it's written totally different. And so I say all that to say that it's not hitting the way that I would like it to hit. And maybe that's superficial, but it's just not coming off the same way. So what I do plan on doing is getting a different version of the Bible. I am definitely in the market for another Bible, and that Bible will not be King James version either. So if you have a version of the Bible that you really enjoy reading, that you can understand it, and you think that I would like it, go ahead and put that in the chat. If you're a King James version Bible reader, I salute you. I salute you for getting through that. But that is not the version for me. So again, if you have a version that you think that I would like, please put that in the comment box, the comments. So I think that's it for this video. So hit the subscribe button so that you know when the next video has been posted, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.